Welcome po sa isa na namang episode ng Makina Moto Features. Ito po ang Kymco Skytown 150. Unang-una sa lahat, napakatuli ng motor na ito.
Kalmado ang paligid, may nagdadamo sa gilid at ang bagal ng lahat. Imalagok pa ng alak, kaya kayo nalang kaya ako na lang mag-iisa, maiiwan sa dilim. Akap ng desperada sa lamig, sa pait, sa sarap na alangan. Ako na ang haharap at ako maghahanap, kaya na lang nawala.
In fact, if ikumpara sa mga ibang alis ng motor, ang Skytown 150 stock to stock, iba eh. At sa lagay na yan, mas mabigat ako ngayon. 195 pounds na po ako, dati akong 170 kung maalala ninyo.
Kaya doon tayo mamayang gabi, mag-iingay ng nakangiti, pagbubuhol ng isa't isa, haplos, halik, ligawan ng
Lakas nito, nasa 11.265 HP galing sa isang air-cooled na 149.6cc na makina na fuel injected. We have 11.9 Newton meters of torque pulling all of its 126 kilos.
ligawan ng dila. Kalmado ang paligid, may nagdadamo sa gilid at ang bagal ng lahat. Imalagok pa ng alak, kaya kayo nalang kaya ako na lang ang mag-iisa, maiiwan sa dilim. Akap ng desperada sa lamig, sa pait, sa sarap na alangan.
Okay, isang key highlights ng motor dahil sa advancement in modern-day designed engines, ang Kymco ay nakapag-reduce pa ng greenhouse emissions by 17%. Mas mainam din ang konsumo ng gasolina. Meron tayong 21% reduction sa fuel consumption, and they're probably comparing this with their other Kymco engines. 7 liters ang kasya sa tangke, and ang konsumo po natin ay nasa 40.870 kpl. Ito po ay city driving. Normal lang ako dito mag-ride na medyo nagmamadali, hindi todo walwal. Tipid mode naman as per World Motorcycle Test Cycle or WMTC, nakuha ng manufacturer ay 44 kpl. Now, people might expect na pag long ride ay mas tipid. Hindi po ako nag-long ride, city ride lang po tayo. And speaking of long ride, some people might expect na pag ganyan ang sitwasyon na mahaba ang biyahe ay mas tipid. Actually, hindi po totoo yan. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito ay modern fuel-injected engines. Modern engines kasi pag traffic, doon siya mas tipid at doon mo mas ma-appreciate ang pagka-FI niya, right? Unlike carb. Sa open road, pag siyempre babaran tayo, throttle, talagang dire-diretso, 20-30 minutes, between carb and fuel injected, pag walwalan na, parehong magastos yon, right? Of course, mas tipid ng konti ang FI. But you will really feel the difference pag city driving. Kaya sa overall, nakakatipid lalo ang modern fuel injected engines pag stop and go sa syudad versus carb. Premium pa rin for me ang safety, so napaka plus points nito na meron tayong both ABS and traction control. Diyan pa lang, panalo na eh. Yung frame nito, it is more rigid by 20%, so stability in tandem with rigidity is good. Tapos low center of gravity tayo because of the location of the engine and gas tank. So handling nito will be better compared to other scoots na yung gas tank ay mas mataas. Mas superior pa rin ang low center of gravity. Alright everybody, as you can see, we have the all-new Skytown 150. Marami po nagre-rave dito because it's a smaller displacement, more affordable definitely na scooter coming from Kymco. And Kymco of course making waves around the world. Now if you guys have seen my EICMA coverage, makikita nyo yung booth nila, pagkalakalaki and all the other innovations that they're providing for the rest of the world. And ang importante sa atin dito sa Asia ay yung mga maliliit kasi masikip ang mga daan natin, traffic and all of that. So right off the bat, we're gonna take a look at the fit and finish. How does this all compare against the higher models ng Kymco? First finish, wala naman tayong masasabi sa finish. Pasensya sa mga konting kayod dito. Sa botas ko yan eh. Nabubura naman. Anyway, finish this day and age, and I've always said this, medyo na master na ng mga manufacturers yung painting process. Ang makakatalo lang naman sa mga stock paint, I would say, is pag merong customized dekamay na pintura na magaling talaga, na super buff, na manipis, na maayos, yung ganong klaseng detail. Kasi usually after you paint, after na-dip to or whatever, yung mga manufacturing process na nangyari, tapos na. Pero pag custom kasi, syempre pinapolish pa yan, sinasand down, pinapantay. So, that's the difference. Paint is pretty much dead on. Sarap naman tanggalin ito. Ooh, very satisfying. I think nag-ride kami kahapon, nandito pa tong blue na to eh. Okay, so anyway, so maayos yung ating finish, maganda siya. If there's something here na on the regular, medyo standard na quality, yung plastics dito and here, I think these are a bit regular and not up to par with some of the plastics that you would see in the higher, more expensive, bigger Kymco scoots. But that's understandable. Kasi function naman ng hinahanap natin dito, you wanna get to point A to point B, formado naman siya, and if we can save money here and there even through the plastic, it's okay. But I'm not saying it's cheap, iba yon, iba yung cheap na plastic, hindi kalidad naman yung plastic nito. It's just that finish wise and how it looks, it's a bit on the regular side, but that's okay. Firing it up, LCD po yung ating gauge, as you can see, pretty straight up. Wishlist ko dito in the future, kaso tataas na naman ang presyo, sana i-TFT na nila yan. Ating grips are okay. Handlebars, I'm glad it's painted. Yung ibang handlebar kasi diba bare metal, so medyo hindi ko type yun. So ito black, which is great. Mirrors, pasado naman sa atin to. It's pretty okay. Actually, matibay yung stem. Parang gusto ko ibang korte. Of course, we have a windshield. Tinaasan na po nila dito sa 150, and I'm glad that they did, you know, for taller riders such as myself. Kasi minsan sa mga maliliit na displacement scooters, mababa po ito. Bitin, diba, for taller guys like me. So I'm glad na medyo mataas-taas siya. Maybe in the future, something that's adjustable, some simple mechanism, di naman kailangan motorized, na na-adjust mo para akit baba siya according to the height of the rider. So as you can see, our headlights are LED. Ito po ang kanyang bright. Very, very nice. Ang ating signal is not LED. As you can see, yung bulb. And isa sa characteristics ng Kymco, isa sila sa mahilig sa ganito, may tunog po yung kanilang signal, and this is to remind you to turn it off. It's a distinct ticking sound in the mid-high frequencies na maririnig mo to even if you're wearing a helmet. Tick, tick, tick. At pag narinig nyo yan, ibig sabihin nakadiretso na kayo, nakaliko na kayo, at kailangan nyo natanggalin yung inyong signal light para you're not confusing the riders or the drivers behind you. So over at the back, we have LED lights. Signal sa likod is also bulb, and it's the normal type. Now let's take a listen. Ano ba tunog nito? Now one of the features, of course, nakuha nyo ating traction control, which is default. When you turn it on, that thing goes on. So that's why pag walang traction, hindi siya tutuloy para hindi ka mag-skid. That's the safety part. So I'm glad in this level meron silang nilagay na traction control. I think traction control is important and it's very helpful. Sa akin naman, basta laging may ganap na safety, tanggapin na natin, di ba? It's always a plus. So to open the gas tank, which is right there, which is great, low center of gravity tayo kasi nandiyan yung tangke, just, you know, hit it to the right. That's how you open it. So to open the seat, basically you push down and go to the left. This thing will open. So what I want to appreciate first about this whole thing is tinodo po nila yung pagbukas ng seat. Others kasi di ba nakaganyan lang, and if it's nakaganyan, you know, it's getting in the way of you getting stuff in there. So magandang bukas po siya lahat. So this is all the space you get. Chinelas check po tayo. Boom. Size 11 across the board. 2.5 na size 11. Ito yung laman loob. Height niya, mas mahaba pa rin yung size 11 natin. Up, yeah, mas mahaba pa rin yung lalim. Now, ang tanong natin, kakasya ba ang helmet? One of my favorite helmets of late, Nomad helmet. So, wow, yan ang solid sa Kymco. Full face, kasya, boss. Nice and snug. Thumbs up tayo dyan, mga kaibigan. And you have more space here. Sandwich. Gusto mo pa maglagay ng tsinelas, kung ano-ano pa, pansit, diba? All that stuff. So, good job Kymco on that one. Another thing that I may suggest here, sana may pilot light. I think that would be great. Again, pataas ang presyo sa mga request ko, no? But I think it would be nice if they can figure out how to put that in without jacking the price up too much. Pilot light dyan, okay ako dyan. Now, ang ating upholstery, two-tone. You got a different texture here, different texture here. The foam is nice and generous even in the bum area. And dito medyo tumitigas siya, it scoops. So dito hindi masyado lubog, biglang dito lulubog. So para siyang scoop. Sarap sa puwet niyan. Ito, pati yung pillion, very generous. So this is really designed para sa angkasan. Napakalambot. Hindi ganito ang foam ng mga ibang scoots natin in this segment. Iba medyo manipis. Ito, galante sila dyan. What I also appreciate about this is yung foot pegs nila, galante din po. It's pretty thick. It's one of the thicker foot pegs that I have seen. So another thing that I like about this is the space that I get. Wala akong tama sa shield. Ang layo, oh. I mean, that's a lot of space that I have here. Tumatama, but tangkad kasi tayo eh. See? Tumatama siya. But again, sa likuan naman, kung sasagad mo lang yan, makaiwas ka naman ganyan or buka ka pasok, diba? Yan lang naman yung dalawang gagawin mo eh. I mean, but who turns like that fast, right? When you're turning naman sa kurbada, slight lang naman eh. So if you see here on the side, I got a lot of space, which is great. Tire of choice ng Kymco is Kenda. We have 13s at the back and we have 14s at the front. Kenda is pretty decent. Okay na rin yung gulong, hindi ko na siya papalitan. Aantayin ko na mapudpod bago tayo maglaro-laro. Some improvements, if I may, dahil walang perfectong motor. Apart from the TFT display request, I think yung stop and go or auto shut off option pag traffic, tingin ko okay yan na addition sa Skytown. Tapos lagyan na rin nila ng Nudo for more interaction sa mga gadgets natin. Yun lang, yung mga request ko, tataas na naman presyo nito, which actually for me at 118,500 pesos, for me ito na yung one of the best deals out there. May matulin ka na ng motor, maliksi, 150cc siya, daming storage, and gawan Kymco, who in this day and age masasabi na natin na reliable and good quality. This is clearly one of the best buys and best value for money out there. The Kymco Skytown 150. Ito po si Sir Zach for Makina Moto Features. Ciao!
Don't know just where our bones were